And here's what's going down here. This is going to get a coat of matte clear at least. I think that'll give enough shine for the floor. I really don't want it to be too overpowering. It should not be a mirror finish, but somewhere in the semi-gloss to matte should be good. So we'll give that the matte clear. Over here, these doors have to be masked off. I've already started doing one here as a quick test just to make sure the idea was sound in the beginning. And then once that is done, I'm going to paint all the doors the lighter color that they should be. 2 of the doors are going to get those masks once they're cured in 24 hours probably. I definitely don't want to rush this at this point. Those walls need some good 1706. 24 hours later, they get matte coated and those are done. However, one thing I will note, when I say done, I'm not including the central beam here. What I'm going to be doing for that is, once these are all sealed, is tape off each of the sides fairly close. Then I'm going to be spraying that inner corner or inner rim there with a lightish cream yellow of some sort to most simulate the lights that were going on the set. I will then be using right here, reflect. So from certain angles it'll look like they're lit up, but not from all angles all the time. I've got enough light around the rim of the ceiling, what's that, the soffit I think it's called. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll be able to do something about that as time goes on. I think once these pieces really start coming together, we'll be able to do some more finessing on things overall. The reason why I'm taping this piece right now is because I want to show why it's so much more difficult to do it this way. You paint the lighter color first, which is the inset, and you can just lay these graphics down. Otherwise you gotta do the negative shape, which is much more difficult. So I'm going to time the rest of this out on camera, and then I will also, no, that'll just be for that piece. I'll paint all those, they'll dry overnight, then we'll do some masking on the other one. We'll go with these vinyl masks from PGMS, created by Lou Dalmasso at Aztec Dummy, and versus the masking tape, whether it's this fine stuff here or the big stuff there. Doesn't matter which. So let's get to it. So this method is the total misery method, where you painted the wrong color, you ran out of it, the store doesn't have any, and now you're living in total misery because you got to mask it like this instead of the way you should have done it. How should you have done it? Paint these pieces this inside color now, and we'll save ourselves some time. So I've untaped all the walls about half an hour later, and I wanted to get the untaping of this down to see how close I came to getting it right. So there's a little bit of a slip there, and here is the results of the way you don't want to do this. Would have been nice if this worked, but it didn't. So I'm going to paint it. That'll make all the doors one single color, and now we can go on to masking. Once these cure 24 hours, get sealed for 24 hours, then they'll get masked. And I should keep in mind that there are no masks for this small door, so all of these have to be taped. That's too bad, because this is definitely a necessity right there. I've just washed all the old paint off, so there's no layering. Dry it off real quick and paint it fresh.